Hi guys, Calvin here. So today we're going to review the Samyang 12mm F2.8 fisheye lens with the petal hood on, without the petal hood on. Show you the front large element right here that is super nice and shiny. Hopefully your future is that shiny as well. Now this is a manual lens that support multiple types of mount for mirrorless cameras as well as your typical DSLR camera. For this, they don't have a chip on board, so if you're taking any photos, there will not be any aperture reading in the EXIF. So you may want to take mental note or write it somewhere to remember the aperture that you take for a particular photo, because this lens is only and likely used for video application, which has its strong points. The first strong points would be this focus ring right here. It's ultra mega super buttery slippery, very slippery butter smooth focus ring right here. Is super sensitive because, just to let you know, if you put it on the camera, you can actually accidentally move the focus that easily. That's how super slippery it is. I wish there was some resistance to it, but the benefit of this focus ring right here starts from 20 cm all the way to infinity in a long throw right here. That will give you your focus to in focus in video really smooth compared to a shorter focus throw. So plus point right here. But I noticed one thing is the aperture ring is a bit weird. It starts from 2.8. The next click will be f4. Whereas f4, there will be a half stop before f5.6. Same thing, another half stop to f8. So I wish there was also a half stop between f2.8 and also 4, but for some reason they make a jump right there. Now also you notice on the lens there will be a hyperfocal distance scales right there, and this is good for doing quick video work on a gimbal, a manual gimbal or a 3-axis gimbal, and you can have your subject constantly in focus. Now I spend most of my time using f4 or f5.6 to actually make my subject in focus. Thanks with the hyperfocal scale, it's easier to do so without the need of focus peaking. And also I had to use my bathroom wall as another large distortion chart to show you that the fisheye is super fisheye. I try a resolution chart at f2.8, f4 and f5.6. Now when it comes to video work, especially what I do mostly 99% of the time, as far as using on a gimbal and a 3-axis, if your subject is in the middle, it's fine, it makes the subject pops out. But when it comes to using slider, especially for me who use it 60 to 80% of the time for weddings, moving left to right, right to left, the video looks a little bit wacky and weird. I find better results if your subject is somewhat close, a range of 2 meters to 4 meters, and you're using the slider to zoom in, not zoom in, but pan in and pan backwards parallelly with your subject to pop your subject out. So the following would be some video examples of the slider shots that I show. Hopefully you guys like it. So let's talk about photo. I find most of my time using this lens, framing my subject in the middle and shoot it against green background or leafy background, because if you shoot against leafy background, the distortion will be less noticeable. If your environment is something landscape based, it's going to be super distorted. So shooting against greens with your subject in the middle would be great. Now shooting macro is possible at 20 cm, you can get really up close, but again the sides will be a bit distorted. As far as shooting general photos and trying to correct them with the distortion tools on Lightroom and Photoshop, don't do that, man. This is a fisheye lens, it's meant to be fisheye. You can do really weird, crazy, wacko anime style of shots, like putting your eye up close like this, putting your finger into the lens like touching some god or something like that. It's possible. But for me personally, this lens is still a video lens. I like this lens. But will I use this lens often? Unlikely. I rather get with a typical non-distortion, non-fisheye wide-angle lens to do my needs. This will be great for tight areas filming with the subject in the middle, especially if you guys know events in Malaysia where the ballroom is tiny as hell and the event space is tiny as hell. You are really, you know, when you have to hold the camera body like this, struggling, if your 16mm is not wide enough on the full frame, even on a full frame, fisheye would come to the rescue. So thanks for watching this video. Comment below what do you think about this Samyang lens if you have one, or other Samyang lens we should review next. And Remember to like, share, and comment below. Especially comment, tell me which country you're from. I want to know where my viewers are from. And remember to subscribe to our channel and see you guys in the next lens review. Samyang sounds like the noodle brand in Korea. Really? Seriously?